When speaking in public, how slow is too slow and how fast is too fast? Do you know? I'm Patricia Curty. I'm the co-founder of Gallery of Ideas, and in this week's episode of Public Speaking Essentials, let's explore together the art of pacing. Are you more a gladiator in a suit, or are you a sniper on a hill? Do you think fast and speak smart, or do you think deep and speak deliberate? Well, if you are curious to find out your speaking pace and find out if you pass the test of the verbal fluency in English, stay with me until the end of this video and we'll do the test together. So, let's go. Since I was a kid, I wanted to learn languages. Don't get me wrong, Portuguese is a beautiful language and I'm very grateful that Portuguese is my mother tongue. However, as a kid, I knew I needed to speak more languages in order to communicate with more people. So I started studying English in Sweden when I moved to Stockholm. And today, after so many years with an English partner, I have a mix accent, a little bit of New Yorker, a little bit of British, a little bit of Portuguese from Brazil, but it doesn't matter. As long as I can express my thoughts and communicate in English, that was the whole idea. English was my first language after Portuguese and remained my favorite. I've learned other languages, I speak six languages, but English has been always the languages that I feel more comfortable and I feel like I can communicate and I can express myself quickly enough or romantically and slowly enough if I want to. You know, at the end of the day, English is the language of Shakespeare, is the language of love, and it's also the language of business. And luckily for me, English assumed a dominant position as a language in the global communication, becoming the most widely spoken language all over the world, with over 2 billion speakers. But when it comes to verbal fluency in English, it's a difficult task because I've done this test several times now, and every time I was trying to find words in Spanish, Portuguese, naturally, and mixing all them together. So let's see how it goes for you at the end of this class. But I tell you, it's a little bit hard. It looks easy, but it's not so easy, this exercise. When it comes to verbal fluency in public speaking, your pace has to match the context and the speaking style that you have. If you speak too fast at the beginning of a presentation, you might excite the people that are there. You know, the audience is going to get fired up. But then if you continue on that pace, you can easily overwhelm everyone. On the contrary, if you are a slow-paced speaker, you can also grab their attention saying words by words and emphasizing in each word. But if you stay like that for too long, if you stay all your presentation on that pace, you're going to bore them and you're going to probably put everyone to sleep. The secret weapon that professional speakers have is that they know how to mix it up. They know when to infuse words slowly into their presentation or when to exaggerate and speed it up to provoke a lot of emotions in the audience. To master the art of pacing, you have to know when to fire up a lot of words into the audience, getting them excited, and then slow down, measuring out each word as you speak, so they get the message. So to illustrate that, let me give an example with an incredible series called Scandal that was back in 2012. It was an amazing series about a political thriller that was created by Shonda Rhimes, the screenwriter and producer from Hollywood's incredible woman, and starring the gifted and gorgeous Kerry Washington as the main character, playing a clever, driven, high successful crisis manager, which clients include politicians, businessmen, and others with deep pockets and powerful allies. She is a gladiator because she thinks fast and speaks smart. Unbelievable. And in the opening scene, they introduce her character in a brilliant way. Harrison Wright used a beautiful technique, persuasion technique, to introduce Olivia Pope, the main character, played by Kerry Washington. He introduces her by showing how people react to her in the series without the audience, before the audience even meets her. Brilliant. When it comes to public speaking, you want just your speech rate to stay in a range between 140 and 170 words per minute. 170 being quite fast, and 140, 150 being the normal conversational pace. So let's take a look how fast Harrison Wright speaks in the opening scene of Scandal. What I've done, I've chosen 170 words precisely from his main speech, so you can practice as well after we listen to him speaking super fast. Well, as he says, a gladiator in a suit, thinking fast and speaking smart. So let's take a look.
You did apply for a job with me. The way I know you applied for a job with me is that I have your resume on my iPad. The way I know you killed puppies to get this job is the way you stopped breathing when I said the name Olivia Pope, which is a tail, your tail, which you should look at, because I'm gonna offer you a crap salary and you'll have to take it because you never really learned how to breathe in and out without stopping. But don't feel bad, because we all get paid crap salaries because we're the good guys. I'm a good guy, which means I generally don't lie, but I just did to you. This is not a job interview.
Wait, I'm confused.
Olivia already told me to hire you. The job is yours if you want it. Best job you'll ever have. You'll change lives, slay dragons, love my hump more than you ever dreamed, because Olivia Pope is as amazing as they say.
Wow, Harrison Wright does 175 words in 35 seconds. This is incredibly fast. Now, for you, the exercise is to do 170 words in 1 minute, 60 seconds. Try it at home, record yourself, and read the text, and try to get between 1 minute and 1 minute and a half. That should be a fantastic pace for you to use when speaking in public. You can watch some more tips on this video where I talk a little bit about voice, pace, tone, vocality, emotionality, expression, and so on when it comes to the voice. Now, let's take a look if you are a sniper on a hill. And for this example, we've picked one extract of Obama's speech where he speaks really slowly, deeply. Obama, in many of his speeches, he could go as slow as 112, 115 words per minute. So let's listen to this example where Obama speaks very slowly in a completely different pace from Harrison Wright.
Tonight is a particular honor for me because, let's face it, my presence on this stage is pretty unlikely. My father was a foreign student, born and raised in a small village in Kenya. My parents shared not only an improbable love, they shared an abiding faith in the possibilities of this nation. I stand here knowing that my story is part of the larger American story, that I owe a debt to all of those who came before me, and that in no other country on earth is my story even possible. Alongside our famous individualism, there's another ingredient in the American saga, a belief that we're all connected as one people. If there is a child on the south side of Chicago who can't read, that matters to me even if it's not my child. If there's a senior citizen somewhere who can't pay for their prescription drugs and having to choose between medicine and the rent, that makes my life poorer even if it's not my grandparent.
So how did it go for you? Did you practice? You still feel like your pace, it's not really in that range, or you're speaking too fast or too slow? Try to do a few more times and record yourself with this exercise. It's a great way for you to find out and also to listen to your voice outside of your body. The problem with that people usually don't like to listen to themselves in a recording is that they are not used to listen to their voice outside of the body. Make sure you record it and listen to yourself several times. And now, the next exercise, it's about the vocal fluency. Now, this one is the tougher one that I was telling you at the beginning. Well, funny enough, I think it's tougher. This exercise is tougher for the ones that are polyglots or bilingual, trilingual. For someone that speaks only one language, it should be fine. You should be able to access that information pretty quickly. Now, what is verbal fluency to start with? Verbal fluency is how quickly you can access the words or the sentences in your brain and express it when you talk it out loud. That then becomes the verbal part in the fluency. I've seen throughout so many years in public speaking, working with public speaking, traveling the world and analyzing people's body language, the way people speak, the way they express themselves. And I've learned a lot by observing the way professional speakers used the combination of three important things that they do in order to look amazing and give a great speech and sound just wow, inspirational, motivational, and so on. So number one, they have a great content, a great story to tell. They have something that people actually wanted to hear. Number two, they know how to access that content quickly inside their minds. And then number three, they know how to express it. They know how to express that content in a fantastic way. So that's pretty much the formula for a good public speaker, a good communicator, is to be able to have something good to say, access it quickly, and then express it in the best possible way. So there is a verbal fluency test out there that luckily for us, we can take it and make sure and learn about our verbal fluency and practice. It's called the Controlled Oral Word Association. And we're going to do this test now and find out how is your fluency in English. So the test works like this. I'm going to give you a letter and you're going to think of as many words as possible. In any category, it doesn't matter. We're going to start with the first letter, 60 seconds. Then I'm going to give you a second letter, another 60 seconds. And then the third letter, another 60 seconds. You have 3 minutes to say as many words as you can. So at the end of the 3 minutes, you're going to count every minute for every word, how many words you were able to say out loud. So remember, you have to record yourself or write it down, the words that you're saying. Better to record yourself and count the words later. But yeah, the main point is that you have to count all the words that you said in the first minute, the second minute, and the third minute. And then the sum of all these words divided by 3, and that's your verbal fluency average. Okay, so are you ready? So let's take the test. Let's go.
3, 2, 1, go. Game over.
So how did you do? It's not so easy, is it? I mean, for me, I remember with the letter A, I started looking, I remember the first words that came to my mind was like amor, alegria, like all Portuguese words. And then it just was like a mess. I was stressed out because I couldn't go quick enough as I wanted. So yeah, but anyway, if your average number after the sum of all the words that you were able to put it together to pronounce it out loud, divided by 3, if the number is below 18 words, yeah, you need to improve quite a lot. If you are around 18, 20, 25, average. Now, if you were able to say 30 or more words, then you have an amazing vocal fluency. Congratulations. Now, for most of us, I know for most people, that's really rare to find someone that can, the first time, put this together so quickly, 30 or 40 or 50 words doing this exercise. So if you scored in the average between 18 to 20, that is the idea is to improve, to get to 25, to closer to the 30 mark, okay? Just to be able to access the information in the words in your minds quicker is going to help you as a public speaker. It's going to make you feel more confident, and it's going to give you a way to play with the words. Just going to make you look clever, witty, and driven. So the idea is do this exercise at least once a week. And if you wanted to join us, we are doing a little study with our students, and I'd love you to join us if you want, where we track the progress from week 1, week 2, week 3, week 4, for the first month, 3 months, 6 months. So the idea is to see how people progress in a month mark, 3 months mark, and 6 months mark. If you wanted to join us, just send us an email or drop your comments below, and we'll reach out to you. Okay? Now, if you are looking for more speaking and training opportunities, drop your comments below as well, because we can always reach out and find out how we can, we always try to help as many people as you can. That's kind of our mission in this world. We want everyone to feel comfortable and speak with confidence. Now, if you find this content useful, please share it. Well, first, give us a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel with the notifications on. Very important, otherwise you never see the video. It just, there are so many videos out there. If you wanted to see what we're bringing every week, make sure to put the notifications on and share it. Share on Facebook, on Twitter, on LinkedIn, on Tumblr, on Pinterest, on email, to your friends, to your colleagues, to your family, even to the postman. And here's my final message. Get excited about learning, be generous, and share the knowledge. Thank you very much for watching, and I see you next week. Ciao, ciao.